Your brain hears every sound while you sleep, and it never once turns off. So why does the drum of rain, or slowly counting to 100, drop you under faster than silence ever could? It feels backward. More noise, more numbers, more input. Yet it works on almost everyone. That's the riddle worth sitting with tonight. Start with silence, because silence is where the trouble begins. In a perfectly quiet room, your ears keep straining. There is nothing to hear, so your brain hunts. A creak. A pipe. Your own heartbeat. Each tiny sound arrives sharp against the quiet, and your alarm system flinches. That flinch is ancient. For most of human history, silence broken suddenly meant something was coming. So a still, silent room can keep a part of you awake, listening for the break. Now add rain. A soft, steady wash of thousands of droplets. It never spikes. It never surprises. Your brain measures it, files it as safe, and stops hunting for the next sound. Here is the part that puzzled researchers. Rain is not quiet at all. A gentle rainstorm can reach 50 decibels, as loud as a soft conversation. You should notice it. You should not sleep through a conversation. Yet the rain fades into nothing within minutes. So why does one 50 decibel sound keep you awake and another sings you to sleep? The answer isn't loudness. It's shape. Your brain doesn't track how loud a sound is. It tracks how much a sound changes. A steady tone flattens out. A sudden bark does not. And rain has a rare quality. Scientists call it broadband sound. It carries every frequency at once, low rumble to high hiss, all blended together. Because every pitch is already present, a new noise is almost nothing to stand out against. The door click, the distant car, the settling house all get swallowed. This is why rain, ocean waves, and rushing wind all work. They mask. For years, people assumed the calm came from the masking alone. Cover the sudden sounds and the brain relaxes. Simple. But that explanation cracked when researchers tested sleeping listeners with different steady sounds. They played pure white noise, the flat static hiss of an untuned radio. It masked sounds perfectly. Yet many sleepers found it thin and harsh, and it woke them more than expected. Then they softened it. They lowered the high hiss and lifted the deep, rolling low tones. This is called pink noise, and it sounds far closer to rain or a waterfall. Sleepers settled faster. Something about the balance mattered, not just the coverage. In one study at Northwestern University, older adults slept while gentle pink noise played in sync with their slow brain waves. The result was startling. Their deep sleep waves grew larger. And the next morning, their memory test scores nearly tripled compared to nights of silence. Sit with that number. A sound timed to the brain, tripling how well people remembered. Not covering noise. Actually deepening the sleep beneath it. So the mystery grew. Rain doesn't just hide interruptions. It seems to speak the brain's own language. The deepest stage of sleep runs on slow waves, big rolling pulses of electricity that sweep across the sleeping brain about once a second. These waves are how your brain files the day, clears its waste, and repairs itself. Steady, low, rhythmic sound appears to nudge those waves along, like a hand giving a swing a gentle push at just the right moment. Now, the counting starts to make sense too, though it works through a different door. When you can't sleep, it's rarely your body that's awake. It's your thoughts. Tomorrow's worry, yesterday's mistake, the loop that won't close. Your mind is running scenarios, and each one keeps the alarm system lit. Counting gives that machinery something dull to do. Numbers carry no story, no threat, no memory. 1, 2, 3. There is nothing to solve and nowhere for worry to grab. The part of your brain that spins problems finds itself holding an empty, endless task, and slowly it lets go. So why not just tell yourself to stop thinking? Because you can't. Try not to think of a white bear, and the bear appears. The mind refuses an absence. It needs a target. Counting, or the soft rhythm of rain, gives it a target so plain that alertness quietly drains away. So here's the thread that ties both together. Silence leaves the brain hunting. Worry leaves it racing. Rain and counting fill that space with something safe, steady, and predictable. And a predictable world is one the brain finally allows you to leave. Here is where almost everyone gets it wrong. Most people reach for the sound they find most pleasant. A crackling fire, a favorite song, ocean waves crashing hard against rocks. And pleasant is not the same as sleep-friendly. A song has structure. Verses, a chorus, a build. Your brain leans in, anticipating what comes next, and anticipation is alertness. That's why you can lie awake following a track you love, more awake than when you started. Crashing waves have the same flaw. The big break, the roar, the retreat. Those swells are changes, and changes catch the ear. The rain that works is the boring rain, the flat and endless kind with no thunder and no drama. The moment a sound becomes interesting, it stops helping you sleep. Volume trips people too. Loud rain to drown a noisy street can keep the brain half engaged all night. The sweet spot is quiet, just above your own silence, roughly the hush of a library. Loud enough to smooth the edges, soft enough to ignore. And counting fails the same way when people make a challenge. Count backward from 1,000 by sevens, and you've handed your mind a puzzle. Puzzles wake you. The trick is that the task must be effortless and endless, so plain it slides out of focus on its own. This quiet science has already changed how millions fall asleep. Sound machines built on pink noise now sit in nurseries around the world because newborns settle faster near it. It echoes the constant rushing they heard for months in the womb, blood and breath and heartbeat, the first sound any of us ever knew. Hospitals have tested steady soundscapes in intensive care units, where beeping machines shatter rest all night, and patients in amassed rooms slept longer and woke less. And those brainwave sound experiments are now being explored to sharpen memory in aging minds, using nothing but timed whispers of noise. Still, the deepest part stays unsolved. Scientists can measure the slow waves growing under the rain. They can watch worry loosen its grip when the counting begins. But no one fully knows why the sleeping brain, an organ that never stops listening, chooses to trust the sound of falling water enough to let you disappear into the dark. Maybe it remembers rain from 100,000 nights of ancestors sleeping safe while the sky poured down. Maybe it's simply the closest thing to the ocean we all began in. That part is still a wonder no one has answered. So tonight, if sleep won't come, don't chase the quiet. Give your mind the plainest, softest, most boring sound you can find, and let it stop hunting. The rain will keep falling whether you listen or not. And somewhere in that steady, meaningless hush, the racing finally slows.